Whoa, my only fear here is I can try to dispel this magic. The only problem is if it's tied to his life force, it could kill him.
I can bring him back.
We'll find out. Put it back.
Do it.
You know what?
If he dies, we'll put it back.
I can, no matter what, I can bring him back.
That's actually, I didn't even realize that.
I'm not liking this plan.
The
more you're talking.
He can...
It's all about delivery. It's all about how you deliver.
Sir, I can reverse time. You'll be fine.
I'm well aware of the things that you were suggesting when we were in the Frostfell. I'd rather not you do anything to me.
He can reverse time.
Okay, so
If I use this spell and it doesn't work, he can reverse time.
Would you be more comfortable with it if we brought your butler in here?
I would much rather not have you do anything to me. Thank you very much.
We don't talk about dead to the guy that doesn't want pain.
Would you like me to try to dispel the magic in your hand?
I'm all for anything that seems like it's gonna help.
No, I'm dead. Do you still
I'll
have
step away,
sensation in that hand?
I mean, yes. And you watch as he flexes his fingers, and like the ice around his hand that seems to have been growing out of the flesh creases and bends in ways that you haven't. Well, you have seen ice do it before.
Thanks.
Kind of one of them.
Rather close up too.
I like to use divine sense.
Oh.
It's not a full sense, but it does seem that there's a flicker of that outsider essence. It's not strong. It's not a thing, but it's a feeling that there's something.
Okay. I'll pull them away. Pull the group away from a word, just a word. Just something.
Well,
go ahead.
I just don't want him to feel left out and anxious because he's already anxious on the person.
I can sense something off with him. It's like something is inside of him that's not really supposed to be there. But I could be wrong. It just seems a little off.
I mean, would they have any form of like opiate medications for like numbing, even like local anesthesia?
I think we should try everything we do before we lob his arm off.
I'm not letting his arm off. Why is that what you think? If it's like clearly treated like his splinters in his palm, that's
Well,
not deep.
you would have seen with your sight. It's not solid in the way that everybody else is thinking about it.
Right.
Right.
I want to go ahead and
It's like a concentration, but it's not necessarily a physical.
Correct.
I say we go
maybe
with
the
fire.
casting, Lexi, maybe the casting of a high-level dispel magic would be able to help us get rid of this. I mean, especially if we did it together.
Yeah.
Maybe spells in concert. We've done it before.
We have done it before. Give me just a moment to prepare the spell, and I'll... No, I don't have dispel magic.
Whereas like they do have hyper being.
Yeah.
What do you know what you said?
Only based inside of his sword.
So we can
That's
do
exactly
that.
what I've been suggesting.
I know.
But hold on a second. And like, if we're casting it in concert, it's different than using it from an item.
I can also cast the spell in concert.
Can you? Can he cast a spell with us in concert?
It would be coming from the sword, but it is actually a spell.
Okay, then that's what we can use, and that's what we can do.
Explain it.
Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt when I was cut off, when I was trying to say, pause, let's not talk about killing this guy. What you're feeling right now is the way I just felt.
I spent all my time training as a physician for paladins, and then you can send them up to a doctor.
Fair enough. Okay, I need to learn dispel magic first. And you don't have a spell book, do you?
No, she does not. She does not keep a spell book.
I can't teach you my way either, I believe. I'm not nearly 100% certain I can't teach you.
It's still during the day, correct?
Yes.
I would like to try to run back over to the magic shop.
Yeah.
I mean, all three of you have some
It would be coming up on probably about closer to like 5-ish by the time you got everything done that you guys had been doing before,
Right.
and meandering along, trying to find the place. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to run back over to the magic shop real quick so I can grab this spell.
Okay.
Divine sense was a good idea.
I said this spell, not
Gave us
dispel.
information.
I know, that's
I don't know.
That was
That's what it sounded
right.
I was
It's
doing a
not
pun in my
I'm
head.
not a talker. I got you.
We learned something from that. I don't know what we learned, but we learned something.
From what?
The divine sense.
I think you just concreted that it's magical and not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I just concreted that assumption. He's guiding us away from the cutty part and going into the dispelly part.
So, is there anything that you all can do to help?
I need to go learn a spell, and I will be back in a moment, just so we can be able to try to cast this in concert, to try to help you with your affliction.
Okay. Okay.
I think right now that's the best plan we have.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Although, I don't know much about this, so when we leave, I'm going to ask you guys about the spell causes discomfort or anything, and if so, can...
It
Bottom
wouldn't.
disclaimer says can cause mass discomfort.
Gyatso, is there any way you can look in there and get a little more information for us?
I don't believe so.
To look in.
His hand. See if he can see anything with his that Doth may have missed.
Well, I mean, Dothamar already said that it's not solid.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna try and use Orsight on his palm.
I was asking for your X-ray.
There's no target.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, can I use X-ray? Or will it just
James told us we.
If we can
I've
just-
already.
Okay.
Find familiar is a second level spell, correct?
First level.
It's first level?
I was just trying to gather as much information as I can.
Okay, so if y'all's dispel magic doesn't work, the other option would be like what? Try and find some object that helps concentrate it so you can control it in one spot, kind of like your frostbite ring. How it controls the frostbite
black
with the one
finger.
finger.
Yeah.
I could just cut
So
though.
we can give him a Dumbledore.
We're not cutting anything
Dumbledore
off.
hand.
I'm joking.
Does it really
I
seem like the
know.
correct environment for that at the moment?
The cursed ring.
I kind of want to see how far it'll go.
Oh, as the person who likes to do all the cutting, we're not cutting.
Mhm.
No cutting.
Or we could just see what happens.
Or we can just turn him into an ice golem. Sure.
I don't want to kill another.
You wanted another mount? You want something different? Is that it? I'm not animal handling him.
You can offer him some of your
Let's go learn that spell for you.
Yeah. Like I said. So while we go learn the spell, doesn't hurt. Okay.
Okay, I'd like to go back to the magic shop and, basically run in and say, I need a spell real quick.
Of course. What is it that you're looking for?
I need to spell magic.
Yes, we do keep those.
I simply just need to, if I have time to copy it from a book.
We sadly only have the deluxe edition, which costs 1,000 platinum.
Oh shit.
You must go on this.
Limited edition.
I mean, it still costs money. So I mean,
Of course. Is that from D&D Beyond?
Hmm?
Is that from D&D Beyond?
No.
No?
That is not my spellcasting ability. There's no way. That is way too high.
Okay. It'll be 400 gold pieces.
Check your chosen.
To copy it
spell.
over from the book?
Yes.
That is way too high. But
What if I were to sell you the boots that I had purchased from you before?
I mean, I don't really have much market for reselling stuff that I've already sold.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm willing to help you, but there's not really much I can do on this one.
All right, 400. All right, I'll go ahead and pay it. Not that fucking much anymore.
But wait, there's
I
more.
can always get you into the trade.
Yeah, he doesn't do that. Oh, okay, hold on a second.
Not
Why
yet.
am I
Yeah,
right?
let's see how
Not
poor you
yet.
get.
Yeah, y'all can do a whole brothers show.
Hey.
People pay money for that.
What are you doing, step bro?
Alrighty.
It's only half an
Pay the gold, copy the spell into my book,
Okay.
and prepare it, and
6 hours later.
yeah. So at 11. So yeah. Are we? We can, if we need to, cast the spell tonight, or we can do so in the morning. It is your choice, sir.
Well, I mean, did you go back to him, or are you?
I'm definitely going.
Well,
back.
because I wasn't sure what the whole party was doing for 6 hours. That's
Yeah.
Not splitting it up, making sure that no one says anything stupid, making sure no one runs off.
generally a fairly good idea. Yeah.
What time is
I
it?
feel like I'm hurting fucking cats.
It's coming up on 11:30.
Night?
Yes.
Literally and
Wait,
in game.
in-game?
Both.
I was talking in-game.
Literally and in game.
Basically both.
While we wait, sir, would you like to go out for an ale?
Huh?
I want to make money!
Okay.
I would rather not leave the house.
We want the
In
guy
my
to
current
respect
condition?
us.
Well, he already hates me.
He's okay. If you want to go and make money while Doc writes down a spell, you can probably do that. We've done that before.
Yeah.
Please don't direct that.
Never mind, we'll just wait.
Sorry. Okay.
I mean, it's dark enough to rock people.
I mean,
It's 11:30 at night. People are just going to start getting drunk. It's dark. We're closer to.
we're near the
Which
castle.
district is the magic?
Castle Ward. And you are all in Trades Ward right now, right at the edge of Castle Ward.
I forget. Trades a mix with middle class and upper class.
Trades Ward is more so an area of mostly warehouses, stables, and businesses that deal with. There's any number of people who make carts and harnesses and a number of things for the caravans that come and go, repair shops, smithies. It's the generalized area for a lot of the working class.
Okay.
General.
Now, obviously, some of them are upper middle class, some of them are upper class that own the businesses, but the few who live here are some of the younger noble sons and daughters who have houses here, who have a vested interest in staying close. Correct.
So I might not be able to steal gold, but I could probably steal a lot of like materials to use for like mounts later.
Want to do that?
Get
Yeah,
enough-
some will come.
Steal enough leather.
So, if you would like, we'll fast forward through the 6 hours that it takes to get the spell.
Right.
During the 6 hours, if you're hanging out with him, I'm assuming you're all kind of keeping him busy. He finishes telling the story and stuff like that of what happened about, spending nearly 100 years tracking down all of the information that was going on, using a large portion of his wealth to procure potions that allowed him to extend his life beyond what it normally would have been.
I was about to ask the dude's race once you said 100.
Yes. Finding the location through, spending another large sum of money through divinations to find out where the daughter was, he took 4 of those potions at the same time, knowing that he would need more strength than he had to track down his daughter, removing a substantial number of years off of his, at that point, older body, knowing full well that there was probably a cost to it. So,
And he took these potions while he was already in the Frostfell or before he went in?
before he left. He starts to go over a number of the details of his travels. Most of them you already know, having seen a lot of the stuff that happened along his path, including describing that, you know, they had left as a group of 5 total, and losing one of them in the cavern with the bridge, losing another to the wraiths before finally making it to the final area, and then the slow, steady transformation and loss of his mind and all that before finally the journal goes blank.
Did the transformation begin in his hand?
No. It was more of a general all-over kind of transformation.
Okay.
But he's a little fuzzier on the details about that. His mind started to go first before the body, so there's only so much of that he remembers. So, fast forwarding, you have learned your spell.
Mm-hmm.
Make it back to the house. The butler answers the door and sees you there and lets you immediately in.
Mm-hmm.
Not in game.
Good one.
Heading towards the study.
Mm-hmm.
As the door opens, he stands up out of his chair immediately. Oh, what's the news?
I've learned the spell, and I am ready to cast it.
Okay. He looks kind of nervous, but let's give it a shot.
Those of you who are able to heal, go ahead and maybe get prepared in case something happens. However, this should